Morning, day 2. We're back at the Tissington Station Cafe, as you can see it behind me. It's only 10:15, so we've had the trail to ourselves this morning. Done a very quick 8 miles down from the hostel to get to here, and we're heading out towards Carsington Water this morning and then picking up the High Peak Trail. So a bit of a change of plan from yesterday. Lots of local knowledge telling us to avoid certain bits of the trail because I think at one point you lose 600 feet in 1.5 miles and you've got to come back straight back up. So slight change of plan. But yeah, it's early enough that we've got the place to ourselves this morning. Very pleasant. A bit cooler, a bit muggy, a bit humid. Yeah, come with us, let's see how we get on. Taking a bit of a detour on the advice of the guy in the cafe at the station, and we're in Tissington, where they're bringing coach loads of people because the next 4 days is the Well Dressing Festival. So we're going to go and have a look at some of the wells. See, it's a very quaint little village. It's full of tourists. A coach has just dropped off and parked in the station at the railway car park, and they're all wandering around the village looking at the wells. So let's go and have a look at a couple of them. The locals are out in force. So Tissington is a big estate owned by Sir Robert Fitz someone. Henry Simmons, I don't know. Fitzsimmons might play for Luton. Anyway, we're on the Tissington estate. It's owned by landed gentry and it's a bit posh really. The well dressing is a bit bizarre. It's a bit pagan. Although they're saying it's Christian, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Yeah, a bit weird, but there you go. Worth the detour. This is beautiful, but you know what? What goes down is gotta go back up. We are going a long way down. Paul's gone. He's much more confident going down hills like this than I am. I'm still a bit nervous, which is okay. I don't mind being nervous. Hiya. Across the ford. Better be a cafe at the bottom of here. We've made it to Carsington Water. Really big Severn Trent Reservoir, visitor centre, shops, cafes, had a Boston bacon and sausage sandwich. It's about 8 miles all the way around, but sadly that road over there that you can see, which is the dam road, is closed for road work, so we're going to just do a little bit of it and head back out. It's a busy place, there's lots of school kids here, and it's dog central. So if you don't like dogs, don't come here, because dogs rule. We are going to go that way around the lake. I don't know if you can see in the distance, there's a chimney stack. I don't think you can see it on here, it's too far away. It's on top of that hill. That's where we're headed. We're headed up to the top because that's where the High Peak Trail goes. So we're on our way up. We've done a fair bit of climbing to get here, and we're now going to do a fair bit of climbing to get back up to the trail. This is coming out of Carsington Water, heading up towards Middleton Top, which apparently is a very, very steep climb out of Carsington. And then we're back on the High Peak Trail. So we're going to go to the visitor centre, have a look, because I want to see where there's some film there, because it's one of the first parts of the country where that's a winch the steam trains up the hill, because it's a 600 feet drop in a mile and a half or something, which is why we're not cycling down it, by the way. So I want to go and have a look at that, maybe get a cup of coffee, and then we're on the High Peak Trail, which is, as the name suggests, high up but flat. It stays at the same elevation all the way back to Parsley Hay, which is where we were yesterday afternoon. So let's go and have a look. This is the steep climb back up to the High Peak Trail. I came down the hill, flying round the bend, thinking, well, this is great. Chatting to cyclists that were coming down it. Didn't change gear. Quickly enough, got round the bend, the road goes up, and I just came to a stop. And of course, it doesn't look it from here. It's too steep to get back on. Paul, on the other hand, who's a smart arse, did change gear in time and has motored off up the hill. So I'm just looking for a false flat to get back on and have time to change gear before it shoots up again. I think this is our last climb for today. Once we're on the High Peak Trail, as I said before, it stays at the same level. So we can just get up this, then we'll be alright. I mean, it's stunningly beautiful, look at it. It's like Middle Earth. Paul's disappeared off into the distance. He thinks he's on his roll-off bike, you see. He isn't, but he thinks he is. We have very different cycling styles, me and Paul. I cycle in the highest gear possible all the time and let the bike do the work and the gears do the work. He cycles in a low gear and his cadence is probably, if not quite double, then 1.5 times mine, and yet we cycle alongside each other doing the same speed. However, you've got to ask yourself, who's conserving the most energy? Because he's long gone and I'm stood here. So, you know, this morning I was thinking it's me that's more efficient, but look where he is. He is right up there, so maybe it's not. Back on my bike. This is to die for. I don't know if you can see over this wall, but it's just stunning. It's a steep drop, but it's stunning. We are just gently motoring up the hill. I'm saving myself a gear for up here if I get that far. If the footage goes a bit wobbly and jerky, it's because I've stopped to get off, basically. I'm on holiday, I'm not here to kill myself. No qualms about walking, I'm afraid. I'm hoping that flat bit there is the top. Kudos to Paul, cycled all the way up. Although, I'm catching him up, so you know, chasing him down. We've reached Middleton Top. This is where they recommend we don't go any further by bike, and if we do, we walk down. It's a 1 in 18 gradient, and to quote the guy in the bike shop yesterday, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, because when we get to the bottom, we're at the end of the trail and we've got to turn around and come straight back up again. So we've decided not to. We're going to get an ice cream here instead. I'm sure the downhill look would be wonderful, but do you know something? We've just climbed all the way up here. I'm buggered if I'm going all the way back down again. This incline is apparently, because this was a railway line, the steepest incline that a train could do under its own steam. However, at the top there are winches and a pump house. This was to connect the Cromford Canal with the railway line because they couldn't build the canal, I guess it's too steep, and they couldn't build the railway line because also too steep. So the compromise was they would winch the trains up and down. A train could just about make it under its own steam. Me and Paul, however, have made it under our own steam. And here we are, we're going to get an ice cream because we've climbed all the way up here and we deserve one. Paul is admiring, I don't know what really, his bike probably.
I've got a great pitch for you here.
He's admiring my bike, that's what he's doing. He's going to push this, what's that music where somebody chains himself to the track? I suspect that's what he's doing. Go on, pull that up. Pull that up. My hero. He's my hero. Look at that. He's pulled that all the way up that 1 in 18 incline. So strong. While we're up here, today, it's also probably what I would call the Mateus Pereira shirt. So I think it's the 2021 home shirt. It would have been our season in the Premier League. And again, I'm going to stand corrected from an Albion fan that's going to message me and say that's not right. Probably Hannah. Hannah, if you're going to watch this, let me know if I've got the right shirt on. Yeah, so that's today's Albion shirt. Ideal Boilers. In here is a beam engine. It's a protected monument, protected under the Public Building and Works Act. These are the coal burners here. So coal would have gone in there and it would have powered the beam engine in there, which you can just about see through the window. And then you can see all the ropes and pulleys under the pits just here, under the gravel pits. It's absolutely fascinating. It's worth coming up on I think the next open day is the 1st of June. So anyway, it's very interesting, and now we're going to get an ice cream because that's what we really came for. So, refuelled with a cup of tea, caramel flapjack, half of it, and a feast. We're now on the High Peak Trail, which, as the name suggests, is lovely and high up. I'm told it's flat all the way back to Parsley Hay, which is 11 miles, and we should be back by about 3:30. Have a coffee stop, another coffee stop at Parsley Hay, and then we're back to the youth hostel. So we've got a nice flat end to the day now, and a downhill from the trail into the youth hostel. So it's nice, I'm looking forward to it. Done a lot of climbing today, and we've earned this nice flat finish. Was on a mission because he's had a Magnum, so he's having a sugar overload. So he's off. It's my job to go catch up with him. See you later. Hopton Tunnel ahead. It's already gone cold. It was colder the minute you approach. It's not lit either. You have to take your chances. Oh, it's freezing in here. There's no train noises in here. Do not shit on that bike. You can stand near it, but don't be shitting on it now. I know. Exactly that. Whatever he said. Stopped for a drink and we got company. Look at this one. It's huge. I hope they're not vicious. I hope they're not like the killer geese on the canals.
No.
They look like they might be. They look like they might be a bit evil. This looks like it was an old platform. This is a really nice trail. Maybe even an old station.
Your first question, which came first?
And why did you cross the road?
Why did you cross the road? He's not sure.
Any thoughts?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Last chance.
Last chance.
This is by far some of the nicest cycling I've done. When we did Coast to Coast, we did a fabulous stretch of the North Pennines from Alston Hostel out towards Sunderland. North Pennines were spectacular on minor roads. This, however, it just beats that hands down. We're still on the High Peak Trail. It's completely flat, which doesn't matter neither here or there, but because we're so high up, the scenery is just spectacular. It's absolutely stunning up here. We've seen a few cyclists, not many. There's lots of wonderful industrial heritage, old stations, old platforms, you know, pumps. It's gorgeous. Some of the nicest cycling we've done for a long time. Up there, certainly with the North Pennines. Not quite up there with the north of Scotland when we were in the Sutherland Estates, but nevertheless still wonderful. Gorgeous. Oh, look at this. Both sides. It's absolutely stunning up here. Wonderful, wonderful piece of national trail, national cycle route. Excellent cycling. Not that far from Parsley Hay now. According to the map, there's another tunnel. The Netherton Tunnel. Now, there's only one Netherton Tunnel really. I think this might be it here. I was expecting bigger, to be honest, because the tunnels have been up already. They're pretty big. I think this might be it. I mean, it's not 4 kilometres long like our Netherton Tunnel, is it? But you know, it's okay, because the cycling to get here is way more spectacular than the Dudley Canals, I'm afraid. Sorry, Dudley Canals. Sorry, Sarah Round and her mum. So here we go, the Netherton Tunnel. Last leg. Just got to the end of the High Peak Trail, back to the cafe where we were yesterday at Parsley Hay, and this is about a 2-mile downhill roll now to the youth hostel. Been a long day. Came out at, I don't know, 9:15. It's 4 o'clock, so it's been a long day. Did some good bit of climbing this morning, so yeah, it'd be good to get back, chill out and have a cup of tea, and then do it all again tomorrow. So day 2 done. Back at the youth hostel, having a well-earned drink, and I've had at least 2 cups of tea since we've been back. We've been back about an hour. What a fabulous day. The High Peak Trail is stunning, absolutely wonderful. We've done quite a loop, so we did quite a lot of climbing this morning. We went down the Tissington Trail, over to Carsington Reservoir, up to Middleton Top, which is on the High Peak Trail, and then back down the High Peak Trail to Parsley Hay, and then back here. Done 54k, which is impressive. But yeah, this morning we did quite a bit of climbing. It's been a really, really nice day. A little bit muggy, a little bit stuffy, but really, really nice. I think tomorrow we're going to go and do the Monsell Trail. We're going to go up there and have a look. It's generally pretty busy, we're told, but better to do it tomorrow than on Saturday. So yeah, we're back at the hostel. I'm going to go and have a shower. We are going to go and get some food from the hostel kitchen rather than cook tonight, and then we're going to watch Newcastle Brighton on Sky because I've got my iPad, and we very successfully watched Man City beat Real Madrid last night in a complete masterclass. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. 2021 Albion shirt today, Matheus Pereira, I think. I'm going to look that up because somebody's going to tell me differently, as I said earlier. Let's see what we've got tomorrow. Different day, different football shirt. See you later.